Looking, especially in my business, in the looking after the mass market and the emerging market business, is that you cannot talk financial inclusion if it's not core to what you do. If financial inclusion is a sideshow, it's a social initiative, you want to do it because you want to do good, but there is no business case, it's not part of your strategy, then maybe you shouldn't be thinking about it. So that's the very first important thing for us, is that yes, you must drive it as both a social impact initiative, but it must be sustainable financially. Otherwise, you're not going to do it for the long term. You'll do it now. The regulators will make noise. The media will make noise. You'll do something, and you forget again. So that's the first thing. And I mean, also, I think what I didn't see in the report, and we need to decide very early on, who are we talking about? Who do we want to include? Right? So let's have a very clear definition about who you're going to include. So in our space, I mean, we spent a lot of time segmenting this market quite carefully, and we realized that actually there's things that we can do and there's things that we cannot do. There's things that we can do as a social initiative, but they won't last. For instance, for segments that earn less than 1,600 a month, we don't have solutions yet. But because we do have a goal of driving this as a strategy, we are busy working with organizations globally, donor organizations, to find systemic solutions in order to address risks that are faced by groups of people in that segment. But the segment that we focus on, one of the segments, which is the emerging market segment, somewhere around 1,600 up to 4,000 or 5,000 rands a month, we think we're doing quite well there. So very well defined. And then I think Adam also touched on measurement and governance. We think that's very important. So, I mean, if you're a business, it's like any other business. You must have KPIs and you must have critical KPIs. So for us, and as an example, we talk about the number of customers that we have in our base that earn below 4,500 rands a month, and we set 2020 targets. That number must be 3 million. Currently, we're just above 2 million. So therefore, there must be initiatives to get to the target. 1 million access products defined by the regulator, affordable. You spoke about affordability as an issue, but they also have the right terms and conditions. We also have targets around consumer education, where we train 5,000 policyholders per month, et cetera, et cetera. So like a normal business, you have to put things in place. And then if you want to achieve those objectives, what are the initiatives that you're going to put in place in order to drive that? There is things that we would not have done 5 years ago had this not been core to what we do. We would not have partnered with funeral homes. Funeral homes have got a very bad reputation in this industry, but we said, actually, if we want to get to the 3 million number, we actually have to partner with them because they are most trusted by our clients. They have the best representation in the market, et cetera, et cetera. Then we decided, everyone here believes that physical infrastructure, face-to-face, is expensive. We spoke about cost of distribution being expensive in South Africa, and therefore we get stuck as an industry, in linear thinking of, 2x2 matrices, high cost. You spoke about these clients needing serious advice. So now if you're going to give advice in the rural areas, you need a high-touch distribution model which says high cost. But actually, we think that we found a way to put together a model that is both high-touch, but also maybe not as low cost as you would like to, but maybe medium cost. So again, if it's part of your strategy, there's things that you then put in place deliberately so.